So yeah, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, the clown, have finally fought, and oh my goodness, did they deliver. I mean, did they deliver? Saying that is kind of an overstatement. It was kind of a circus, a clown show, to be honest with you, and it was quite embarrassing for Joshua because we did expect him to kind of knock out Jake Paul in, let's say, the first or second round, or even the third round. But to put Jake out of his misery, it took him up to 6 rounds. And considering Anthony Joshua's a Olympic level boxer, I think he's an Olympic silver medalist or something. And considering he's like 2 decades in his professional boxing career, that is quite embarrassing for him. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and I must say, Jake Paul, like, he showed a lot of heart, man. Like, you gotta give him his flowers. You gotta give him his respect. He's earned it. But finally, we could put the nail in the coffin. Jake Paul got cracked in the jaw. He got knocked out, TK'd by Anthony Joshua. He can't be, talking shit anymore, saying that, he's gonna do this and that to Joshua. I mean, Joshua's already proved that Jake ain't really shit when it comes to the proper elites. So yeah, let's talk through from the very first round all the way to the 6th round. It didn't really go to the 8th because obviously Jake got his jaw cracked by Joshua. So in the very first round, the first all the way to the 3rd round, it was quite boring, can't lie. It started off pretty slow. Joshua and Jake, they were kind of feeling each other out. Both were quite hesitant. Joshua didn't want to risk obviously going in and, getting tagged even lightly by Jake, because that would be embarrassing for him. And Jake didn't want to go in and get tagged by Joshua, the bloody Goliath that Joshua is. Like a slight touch from Joshua's glove to Jake's chin would mean instant fatality. Joshua would send him to the after realm, mate. But all the way from the 1st to 3rd round, it was quite boring, pretty laid back. Both were just exchanging jabs, etc. I think Jake in the 2nd or 1st round, can't remember, he threw an overhand right, which was a pretty good punch, but it didn't really land clean on Joshua. It kind of grazed him. But then you approach the 4th round or 5th round, and Joshua throws 2 mean uppercuts on Jake. I think it was a right uppercut, and Jake, like, looking at Jake's face, you could instantly tell he felt that shit, bro. That shit stung. Like, instantly, you knew he regretted going in the ring with that giant, with that titan, Joshua. I mean, I would say the reason that it took so long for Joshua to land anything remotely clean on Jake was due to the fact that Jake was just running around, moving, circling the ring the whole time, which is good. Like, fair play to Jake. I mean, considering he's in the ring with a literal killer, with a literal giant, look at the weight and height difference between these two, bro. Like, Joshua's bloody towering over Jake. I mean, look at Joshua, bro. He's literally got the height of an NBA player and the build of a professional bodybuilder. Man, I mean, like, you'd gotta be crazy to step in the ring with that, mate. I mean, fair play to Jake, man. Like, you can't take anything away from him. You gotta give him his full respect. He's earned it. So yeah, that's how the 4th and 5th round kind of went. And mind you, like, throughout this, from the very first round, so Jake was obviously staying on the outside, kind of staying out of Joshua's range the whole time, circling the ring, keeping his distance from Joshua. And the moment Joshua would try to go on the inside and land anything clean on Jake, Jake would just dive and try to hit a double leg takedown on Joshua. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, probably during fight camp, he was in Dagestan with Khabib and Islam and bloody practicing combat sambo and wrestling. They send him 2 years in Dagestan and forget. But anyways, bro, jokes aside, like, my guy, the whole time anytime Joshua would advance and try to tag Jake on the inside, Jake would just instantly hit a double leg takedown, would attempt to hit a double leg takedown to Joshua, and you could tell by looking at Joshua's face, he was getting pissed off, bro. He was getting frustrated. I mean, I get why Joshua was frustrated. I mean, I would be too. Like, imagine you're a professional boxer. You've been doing this all your life since from a very young age. Like, you've been in your professional career for like 2 decades, and out of nowhere, a YouTuber comes in the scene of boxing and becomes a professional boxer, and also becomes the face of boxing. I mean, who wouldn't that be frustrating too? You're about to get shown up or beaten by a YouTuber, or potentially, if the match was rigged, at the end of the day it's the judge's decision. So if it went down to the points, Joshua could have potentially lost if the match was rigged. But as we saw, guys, it wasn't rigged, and Joshua on the 6th round, oh my goodness, got Jake in a corner and threw a jab, I think, then threw a right cross, a mean right cross, right hand right on Jake's jaw. Proper cracked it, mate. Literally cracked it. I think, Jake at the end of the fight, he was like, oh, I think my jaw is broken. I mean, you can see it on here, on the x-ray, literally his jaw has been cracked, mate. He's gonna need a steel plate in that, and then possibly after getting a jaw surgery, getting a steel implant, he would probably have a stronger jaw and would be able to take punches like that from titans like Joshua. But all jokes aside, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a win-win for Jake. He could tell everyone, all the haters, that even if he lost, he still won, because he went 6 rounds with a trained killer, a giant, a literal Goliath in there. And for Joshua, it is kind of a loss. I mean, you've been in there with literal assassins, Klitschko, Andy Ruiz, big names, and you had to go 6 rounds with a YouTuber. Come on, man. I mean, in Joshua's defense, Jake was diving the whole time, going for double leg takedowns and reaching for Joshua's balls. Man, literally every time he went for a dive, literally looked like he wanted to kiss Joshua's balls, mate. Oh, bro. And every time he would do that, you know what I would say?
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
But yeah, man, when Joshua delivered that knockout, when he cracked Jake's jaw like an eggshell, when you crack an egg, yeah, how it cracks, when he cracked that jaw, the level of satisfaction felt by all of us Jake haters was mutual, like just pure ecstasy. Yeah, that knockout was delivered to us on a silver platter. Like, after all the annoyance, like all this BS Jake has been going through, fighting old fighters, bloody grandpas, and not even boxers, mate, MMA fighters, and calling himself the big shot, calling himself the next Muhammad Ali. What a joke, bro. So yeah, Jake got humbled. He needs it for him to learn a lesson and come back more humble and increase his knowledge in boxing and not just become cocky. Oh yeah, speaking of cocky, what was annoying about this fight, yeah, Jake, every time he would get, hit by a clean shot from Joshua, he would just stick out his tongue, like, that thing that Tyson Fury does, that weird thing, that gay shit, bro. Every time he would do that, it was just bloody annoying. He was like showing Joshua that, oh, these shots didn't faze me. But pretty damn well, every single time he did that, stuck out his tongue after a clean shot, he felt that shit, bro. That shit stung. You knew that it felt like a dump truck just ran through his jaw. But yeah, man, that knockout was the best highlight of this year, and it's December, end of the year, and straight up, that right cross into Jake's jaw, shattering it. That was the best highlight of this year, man, I've got to say. Sorry, Jake, man. Like, sorry for hating, but you kind of deserve it. You've earned this reputation of just being a absolute insufferable annoyance in the boxing scene. So boxing needs to be great again, with real fighters, with real boxers, not fake ass clowns like you. But anyways, the only good thing about Jake I would say is, I mean, I respect him for his efforts, for his hard work that he's putting behind training, but he needs to stay in his league, bro, because there's levels to this shit. You know, Canelo, Joshua, they are leagues above. He shouldn't even put those fighters' names in his mouth. He should stay in the misfit scene, fighting like Tommy Fury or all these gay ass boys. But anyways, as I was saying, the only good thing about Jake, the only thing he's good for, is promoting fights, and he's a pretty good ass promoter, if I must say. You know, he's earned Joshua and himself 90 mil each. You know, that's a lot of money. So fair play to him for sorting them out for life, because I'm pretty sure other mega fights, like, you know, don't even generate that much in boxing. So fair play to Jake for promoting the fight and earning himself and Joshua big money, big cash. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just wanted to give my thoughts on this circus show. Like, come on, let's be honest, it was a boring fight. If Joshua were to look back at the fight, he would be like, okay, these weren't my brightest moments in my whole career. There was definitely better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.